Barak the Yahweh, Barakatha, Yahosha, Barak the Yahweh, Barakatha, Yahosha, Ba Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled Jake or Fake Kamala Harris. Lord will, you are edified. Video will be used for fair use.
Kamala Harris is not African American. Her parents were immigrants from India and Jamaica, and she was raised in Canada, not the United States. And it said, fact!
Kamala Harris ain't no black woman. Her daddy is Indian and her mama Asian. She ain't got a nigga in her.
This country still has such a limited view of what it means for a person to be young and smart and black.
The problem with her being black is Professor Harris says he's Caucasian, mixed Irish and Hindu. He doesn't have any black ancestors, but his Irish ancestors in Jamaica.
You do not have to...
Now, wait a minute. There is no such thing as a mixed seed. Either her father is a so-called Jamaican, so-called Caucasian, or a so-called East Indian. Okay, you can't have a mixed seed. Okay, have you ever seen a mixed seed that has the contents of apple or pear? Okay, never. So it's the same thing with the sperm. Okay, your nationality, okay, is dictated by your father, okay, and his father, period. So your father dictates who you are. And again, there is no such thing as a mixed seed, okay? The seed can only be one thing only. So either she is a so-called Jamaican or a so-called Caucasian or a so-called East Indian, okay? But she cannot be all three or two out of the three.
Fit into somebody's limited perspective on what it means to be young, gifted, and black.
So if mama is on the birth certificate listed as a Caucasian, daddy says he's a Caucasian Hindu and has no black ancestors, how did she get to be black?
So what do you say to the people questioning the legitimacy of your blackness?
I think they don't understand who black...
And I'll say this. Let's say if her father's lineage goes back to so-called Irish, okay, and based on the lineage, okay, of those men, if his descendants or his Irish forefathers' lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he is a Jake, which makes her a Jake. Now, I don't know, okay, but I'm just saying, because think about this. When you research it, you do have so-called Irish people that are Israelites, hence Conor McGregor, okay? Conor McGregor would be a so-called Jamaican, okay? And according to biblical doctrine, he would be identified as from the tribe of Benjamin, okay? And again, if her father's lineage goes back to so-called Irish descendants and their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob, they are Jakes, right? A lot of those Irish people out there in Boston are Jakes, okay? According to my Google search from businessstandard.com, Harris's mother, Kamala, was an Indian American biomedical scientist, and her father, Donald Harris, is a Jamaican American professor. Okay? And of course, this is her father. Nationality, American, Jamaican. And according to my source, theguardian.com, no Irish, no blacks, no dogs. So, from a spiritual perspective, if you can receive this in the spirit, this notation is saying that Irish and blacks come from the same lineage. Hence, no Irish, no blacks, no dogs. Okay? And again, those Irish descendants or those Irish people that act like Jake, okay, their progenitor goes back to so-called Jamaicans from the tribe of Benjamin. I will get one precept only. Deuteronomy 28 and 25. Yahweh shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Let me get one more. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And Yahweh shall scatter you among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And this is the reason why you have the concept of the Israelite foreigner. Okay? And a lot of Irish people are Israelites based on the lineage of their fathers. And if their father's lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, a lot of those Irish Jakes lineage goes back to the tribe of Benjamin, so-called Jamaicans. And there you shall serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known, even wood and stone. You know what? Let me pull up a video. All right. This movie is Cardboard Gangsters, okay? Filmed in Ireland. Video will be used for fair use. Peep how they act. Wait a minute. Don't Meek Mills, okay, pop willies? And you have a lot of Jake in the States ride so-called dirt bikes, popping willies. Wait a minute.
Take it easy.
And Irish Jakes are wild, just like so-called Jamaicans.
Jay, yeah.
Heard you're dating now.
Aren't you married the biggest dealer on down there?
You sure know how to charm a girl, don't you, Jack?
Look at that honest crew. They got the flash cars, flash ones.
Heard you're dating now.
Aren't you married the biggest dealer on down there?
You sure know how to charm a girl, don't you, Jack?
Look at that honest crew. They got the
Tell me this is not a Jake. Look at that style, man. Look at his fucking style. But he will be identified as so-called Irish.
Flash cars, flash wants, all that shit. That could be ours.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, why not?
It's blood money. You mean gold money, Glenn? Fresh clobber. Girls when we want. Sessions when we want. Drugs when we want. Hand him out there. Oh, boys. This is their life. Fucking hands off.
You're gonna get what's coming to you, Kamala.
Getting harassed by local police officers, okay? And they were actually trying to get up out the hood. So they had to become gangsters.
Scumbags like you always do. I've been selling gear in down there for 30 years. I'm giving you away.
And that's pretty much it. So in regards to Kamala Harris, I'm not saying she is a Jake, but if her let me just go into that again. If her father's lineage, okay, goes back to so-called Irish, and those descendants lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, she is a Jake. Now, I don't know. Preferably, I don't give a fuck, but at the same time frame, you know, just another perspective. Lord, will you were edified. Shalom.